Welcome to Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKinney, and we are doing a summer series event where each week we'll be dropping different cooking episodes. It could be creating a space outside or just talking to you about things that have to do with creating a healthy family culture. And that's what we're doing today. It's on a subject that is very near and dear to my heart because I have 4 daughters. I mean, I have a son as well, but 4 daughters. And at one point, everybody was, had been a teenager all at the same time. So starting from when they first got their phones until now, there's a certain subject that has really mattered to me, and that's social media. There's a statement given by Teddy Roosevelt, or at least he's attributed to the one saying the statement, and that is that comparison is the thief of all joy. And starting at a very young age, I began to drill that into my kids' heads because they would see things on social media, whether it was Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. They would see this little pinhole look into someone else's life, into someone else's vacation, and compare to what they have, don't have, look like, don't look like. And it started to rob them of joy. And even a couple of girls, it started to cause depression. And I became very concerned about it. So what I am wanting to encourage not only young girls, but young moms, moms my age, and moms that are older, is that what you see on Instagram or Facebook or anything is something that someone has curated for you to see. I think I read somewhere that on average, someone takes up to 300 pictures before they choose the one. You don't see reality. So what I have found recently, though, is it isn't just hitting teenagers. I'm going to give you an example. I was asked last year, what kind of makeup do you use? So I did a whole Instagram video on my makeup. I sat in my kitchen. I said, this is the makeup. I kind of talked with you. And then I said, now I'm going to turn my ring light off. And I turned the ring light off, and you were able to see what I actually looked like. It's not that, it's not me, it's me, right? But lighting makes all the difference in the world. And it's really important when you see this flawless complexion. Well, not right now, necessarily. But when my ring light's on, you see this flawless, skin. It's not like that. Guess what? I have wrinkles. I have dark spots. And I wanted even moms to see that what they're seeing isn't real. So I'm going to take it a step further. I was asked when I was interviewed by Country Home, what do you say to everyone who thinks you have the perfect home or the perfect life? Well, I actually started to cry during that interview because that's the last impression I want to give anybody. My mom said to me at one point, Ruth, it's not about perfection or performance. It's about loving people well. And all too often, those of us who do a lot of hosting, it becomes about being perfect. It becomes about staging it properly, making it look beautiful. Guess what? That doesn't make somebody feel necessarily as comfortable as possible. I'll walk into a friend's house that is perfect, and I feel I have to be perfect. I have to keep my own messes in. I can't let it all out. And yet if I go into a friend's house where it's a little messy, kids are running around, I can let things down. And so I will never forget my mom saying that. And in that interview, when she asked me, the woman asked me about a perfect life or a perfect house, my response was, our desire, Bob's and my desire, has been to create a safe place to not be perfect in. And it's not always perfect. You don't see what happens right before the tape rolls, when my son or my daughter's arguing because they don't want me in the kitchen, they want to watch a show, or they want to do what they're doing and I'm messing through things, or my husband doesn't know whether to wear glasses or not glasses in one of the episodes, or I was cooking right before this and the flour's going everywhere and one of my machines broke. You don't see that. You get to see the finished product, and that's not real. Life is messy and it's hard, and you're arguing with your spouse right before you're trying to do something. Bob and I had to sit down last night and talk about communication and how do we communicate well that honors each other. So life is messy. And so I think what I am wanting to do in my book, so I wrote a book, it's called Hungry for Home, and we take our farm over the course of a year with family traditions, family recipes, gardening, entertaining, and decorating. But how do you use those things as tools to create a healthy family culture? Everyone has a family culture. So what is yours going to be? You need to be intentional in setting that. We set goals at work. We set goals at school. Why aren't we setting goals for our family? Why aren't we setting goals for our children, for our spouse and ourselves? Or if we're grandparents, set goals for what you can do with your grandchildren. So that is what my heart is for the book, for doing these episodes, is to give you little tools, whether it's a family recipe or a view into one of our family traditions, to help you navigate those kind of messy things in life and make it purposeful and create memories, and how to work through and navigate things that are just messy. So don't compare yourself to anyone, don't compare your home to anyone. Be the very best you, and with what God's given you. And everyone who comes into your home will notice the difference. Have a great day.